Thank you for coming back. This is HalloweenHaunts365.com, the podcast. I'm Jared. This is Terry.
Hi.
Tonight, we're going to run through our review of Night of Terror in Mullica Hill, New Jersey. It's just 5 minutes from here. You'd think I'd remember the name. Tonight, we're going to cover that. We have a few haunts coming up, too. We finished Bates. We're going to review that shortly. I think we're going to kind of take this weekend off. No, we're not. We're going to go to Bloodshed Farms and their drive-through. That's going to be pretty fun. 6 haunts, 2 weekends. Been packing in a little tight. It's been fun. Tiring. But that's why we have the website. It's our season, and there's no time to be tired. Just keep fighting, keep going, and enjoy the ride. Tonight, our stop was at Night of Terror, Mullica Hill at Creamy Acres Farms. I've been there many, many times. It's actually one of my first full-fledged haunted attractions that I've been to, other than, little haunted houses here and there.
We went last year during COVID.
Yeah, we went last year during COVID. Last year doesn't matter. We don't want to talk about that anymore. But yeah, I didn't know what to expect out of Night of Terror, but I was certainly surprised. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I had a great night. We had a lot of fun. We met up with some old work friends that we had, and it's just fun seeing other people experience haunted attraction because we're so desensitized. Well, some of us are so desensitized towards it. Still getting screams out of this one at like every turn, but that's all right. That's what we're there for.
Down to 2, maybe 3.
It was like 4 last night. Bates Motel pulled it off on her. She was jumping. But no worries about that. Tonight we're gonna do Night of Terror. Night of Terror, that Hayride line can get pretty long, so I would suggest VIP like I do with every haunted attraction. It's really worth the time, especially if you're trying to get to another one that night, because Mullica Hill, you're not too far from the South Philly one, Fright Factory. You can probably hit Halloween at Terror behind the whatever they're calling themselves this year, and a few others. So VIP if you want to really make a night out of it. But Night of Terror starts, well, we started with, actually the whole thing starts with
The Ride of Terror.
The Ride of Terror. It's their version of the Haunted Hayride. A few new scenes this year. I was,
Yes.
very surprised. Very long hayride. It felt like it just kept going and going, and you're not going to get any complaints out of me about a long hayride.
It was fun.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It was funny because in my head, I'm like, wow, this is going on quite a while. And she comes over, she's like, is this long? I'm like, yeah, it's pretty long. But it's great because that's what you're paying for. You're paying for the experience. And it was long in a good way because there wasn't a lot of slow periods. It was scene after scene after scene after scene. Scare after scare after scare. Hold on in one of the scenes. That's all I can tell you. Because that shook pretty hard.
It did. I got tossed.
Yeah, a lot of our group got tossed. One of our group members did not leave with yellow underpants.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what you get for going out there. Some of the memorable scenes we had was, for me, the pumpkin scene, the very first scene.
That was pretty cool. I liked that too.
The shop where the whole cart took on. And there were a couple others, but I don't want to give up a lot. For me, the actors did a great job, always on the cart at the right time. Night of Terror plans for you to be looking at something else, so the actors make it on the cart without you even knowing they're there. Like a couple times, I didn't realize I hopped on the cart. I just looked left. I'm like, oh, there he is. Cool. Where other people are screaming their bloody mind out. But the guy with the chainsaw was awesome. Actors did a phenomenal job. For the Ride of Terror, I'm going 5. Actually, I wrote this review. I could bring it up and see what I get. So tell us what you thought about the Hayride.
I would give it a 5. The actors were right on point. I definitely liked it. The scenes, the scare scenes were very good. I definitely would definitely give it a 5.
5. Yep, I gave it a 5 across the board with our website. We go actors, fear factor, which is tough for us, but I watched the reaction of other people on the trail.
That was a 5.
Originality, I gave it a 5 because there's a lot of new scenes that I haven't seen in a lot of hayrides. I do miss the bikini clad women throwing beads, but I guess we got to grow up sometime. Props were a 5. They had a lot of good ones. And
the scenes were definitely.
Yeah, definitely were great. So it got all 5 in all 5 categories for me. So overall, A Ride of Terror, 5 stars. Or blood splats.
Yeah, 5.
Okay. 5 bloody stars.
5 bloody stars.
Is that easier to say?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll have to, maybe we'll work on that in the off season. Because we've had this scoring around for 7 years. I think it's time to move on to something else.
Yeah, change up.
Yeah.
Then when we got done there, we went to Harvest.
Harvest used to be a very annoying but really cool corn maze. It was only annoying because it was really hard to get out. They did their job of making a maze. You could be in there for like 45 minutes.
We always ended up with an actor saying, no, go this way.
Because they saw us doing laps around. I'm like, how do I get out of here? I'm hungry. We always did that one last because it was the most frustrating one.
Yes.
But Harvest is not like that anymore. Harvest took you through a lot. It had the start of the corn maze where someone got their first real good scare of the night.
I wasn't paying attention. I was talking to you and I turned around and the scarecrow was right in my face.
Yeah, I watched it happen and I heard the Bride of Frankenstein shriek come out of you, and you never know if it's you or an attraction.
Yes, I know.
But then I got to hide in the corn stalk and scare the living shit out of Brittany and
Megan.
Yeah, that was funny. They jumped 4 feet to the right, and I got them a couple more times, but not as good as that one. You walk through scene after scene after scene. This is actually a very long walkthrough. I was impressed by how the length of it. You're in there for a while.
All of them were.
Yeah, they were all long.
Which was awesome.
Yeah, it was great. It was really great.
Mm-hmm.
The actors were phenomenal. They did a great job with the stealth scares. They did a good job with the voice acting. Missed the bubble room because I guess we were just a little too late, but by the look of the crap on the floor,
it was really
there was
muddy.
a lot of bubbles.
There was a lot of bubbles. There was a lot of mud.
Yeah.
So maybe it was a safety thing. Or it could have been at the end of the night because our tickets were late.
Yeah, we got there late. Basically, everything, there was no hayride, no hayride line when we got there.
Then Originality, I thought was awesome.
Yeah, they had a lot of different decent rooms. A lot of different scenes. Like you would think corn maze, corn stalks, corn people, but no, there's a lot in there.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And you're in there for a long time. It was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. Fear factor, I'm giving a 5 because our test screamer really took off. Originality, she said 5. Props, I'm gonna go with I gave it a 3 on the website. I think there could have been a little more throughout. Kind of some of the walls were a little dead. What do you think?
I would agree.
Okay.
Because where I thought there was going to be someone to jump out, there wasn't.
Well, that's sometimes good too, though.
Too. Yeah. You're expecting it.
Yeah. For scenes, I went 4. Pretty close to the 5. I mean, the differentials of it was really cool. But it was hard to tell when one scene ended and one started again, like when you're in the same house. So for me, I went a 4. Overall, for Harvest, we went 4. It was good. Very close to a 5 because it earned 5 blood splats throughout actors, fear factor, and originality. But A couple little things here and there. I mean, it's hard to get 5 blood spots on this website, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't go. It was definitely worth it. We enjoyed it. I liked Harvest a lot, and it made me excited for our next attraction, which debuted last year,
The playground.
the playground. I clown mazes are clown mazes. Everyone has one. Some are different. This one was very different.
It was very different.
You don on they put on the 3D glasses. You walk through, and everything's fluorescent, everything's blue lit, and everything's 3D. So if you have a fear of clowns, this is your spot because they're all over. This is another very long attraction. And I think it's definitely longer than it was when we went last year.
I think so too.
But
I liked it a lot.
yeah, the actors were great. A lot of them were real funny, playful voice. They did a phenomenal job. Fear factor, I did a 4. I think they missed a couple windows where they could have got the group, but I mean that happens. We still had people screaming.
There, yes, there was 9 of us.
Yeah, there was
So
9.
we had 9 of us in our group.
And about 5 different personalities throughout that group.
Yes.
Originality, I'm going to go with 5. This is the first maze I saw like this. Reapers now has one. Reapers has the edge a little bit, I think. It's a little scarier than more fun, but I mean, Night of Terrors is for the family. I mean, I don't see little kids having a problem in there. There wasn't a lot of gruesome depictions. There's a lot of fun. Some of the coolest chainsaws I've ever seen with it was spray painted with fluorescent colors. You could tell where it was bright yellow. It was really cool. I want to
Yeah,
get
that
one.
was cool.
It'd be cool to put one in the front yard with
I think Stacy could do that.
yeah, we could probably get Stacy to do that.
Maybe next year.
We'll have to buy a fake chainsaw. Originality, like I said, a 5. Props a 5. I mean, there's like tunnel slides throughout the thing where they can hide in. There's a lot of hiding spots. There's props everywhere.
Yes.
Everywhere you look is beautiful. I really enjoyed this walkthrough this year.
It was probably my favorite one.
Yeah,
Definitely my favorite.
yeah. Scenes, I give it a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Every scene was incredible. I mean, this was basically it got all 5s except for Fear Factor, but that's only because I mean it's not really scary. But for us, we model that way. So I'm going to say overall, the playground came this close to a 5. I'm giving it like a 4.9.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So
and then from there, we Dark Dreams.
Dark Dreams. Dark Dreams is pretty wild. It had the nicest facade that you walk into. It's a picture of it's a house with little dim candles and almost like a crypt keeper woman at the entrance to greet you into your darkest dreams. It was really cool. Many different scenes in there. I love the casket room. That was one of the coolest setups I've ever seen.
Definitely. I like that one too.
I think they had a little fog rolling in.
Yes.
A little guy in the corner, 2 bodies in real caskets. And I think like the walls had like a dirt. It felt like you were buried alive. I think that's the feel they were going for in that room, and they pulled it off. I enjoyed Dark Dreams this year. Again, not the scariest attraction there is. That was my only hit, but the actors did a phenomenal job. The ones that we saw, a couple were really well hidden. Had a lot of people jumping out of their shoes at this one. It was really, really good time. So for me, the actors are getting a 5 blood splat. The Fear Factor, I'm leaving at a 4. Originality, I'm going 5 because really that casket room and a couple other rooms really just they were different. It was a different attraction and it was really fun. Props, I'm going to go a 4. I think there could have been a little more. A couple of passageways really didn't have a lot. Scenes, I'm going to go a 5 because there were some new ones in there that I haven't seen in other haunts. They're going to lose points with me because they had a Christmas scene.
Oh, come on. It was a good Christmas scene. It was
Mm,
There was blood.
yeah, there's blood on every Christmas. No, just no. People liked it though, so I mean, I can't take it all personally, but Christmas sucks. Um, Overall, I'm giving Dark Dreams a 4. It's probably about a 4.7 if I was to scale it. But with our website, if you didn't get all 5 in the beginning, you're not going to get 5 in the overall. It's just the way it works. Except for when it comes to the overall attraction of the night. Like if there's other stuff outside the attraction that are really cool, I'll go ahead and slip that up to a 5. But that's the scoring we've been doing for 7 years. If you guys have any suggestions for different terms we can use, I like the blood splats, but we'll see. I think it's time for a change. We rebranded everything but this, so I think it's time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So when you're done, you're finally let back into the park. It's another continuation of the COVID type haunt where it's back to back to back to back. You can't really stop. You can't really stop to use the bath. There was a couple more
There was
porta
a
potties.
couple porta potties, but the line was forever long for 2 of them.
Yeah. So I mean, it's tough, especially it was a warm night that night. So
Yeah, I wore a sweatshirt and I was dying.
I told you, shorts and t-shirt all haunt season. It's the way to be. Don't matter if it's 50 out. It ain't 50 in those rooms. That's for sure.
Yeah, it was hot.
Yeah. But they had a lot of food set up. I remember seeing 3 places, one of them being a brisket barbecue stop, but they were wrapping up when we were done. So I couldn't test the brisket. If anyone can really, I should start a brisket review page next. Mine will win, but that's fine. But yeah, I mean that's something new. Don't see it a lot of attractions. Ooh, the other courtyard that I really liked the food at was Bloodshed Farms, but now that they're drive through, I don't know if there's anywhere you can even stop to eat now.
I don't know. I don't remember from last year.
Yeah, they had a lot of changes, but we'll be there Friday, Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Yeah, go see that cast and have a good time. Some good friends. So overall, for me, Night of Terror as 4.5. It was almost to that 5. It's a lot more improved than it was last year and in previous years. Hayride was every attraction was very long, and I love that. And put me in an attraction, I'm cool with it being in there for 45 minutes. I'll keep walking.
Yeah, I do like it that it is longer.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. A lot of stuff to do after. Pretty cool gift shop. Surprising, in that gift shop, there's a freezer because it is a farm
Oh yeah,
with some beef.
it did.
They had porterhouses for $9.49 a pound. And that's cheaper than what I've been having to pay lately, and they were big.
It was huge.
So if you're a barbecue fan, there's another reason just to go to that gift shop. If the family wants to go look at this haunted attraction, you can stay there and pick up some shopping while you're done. They had a whole wall of seasonings and mixes and stuff. So
Sauces.
yeah, I'm only 5 minutes away. I might actually be going back up to get more footage or buy a steak. Yeah, there's a reason why I look the way I look. Yeah, it's barbecue. So yeah, overall 4.5. A lot of stuff to do. I understand that back to back to back is becoming a thing. I don't have to like it.
Yeah,
but,
we noticed a trend.
yeah, and we get it. It helps the output. It helped COVID because you can limit people 6 feet and all that. But so we completely understand. We're not docking anyone any points for that, but we just want our old haunt experience back where you finish a haunt, you can go grab a drink, go back into the next one, come out, talk about it, have a little fun, have a drink, go back into the next one. We miss it.
Yeah.
We miss it. So that's our 2021 review of Night of Terror in Mullica Hill, New Jersey. Would I tell you to go? Yes.
Definitely.
And as the season gets closer to Halloween, the more likely you are to just buy the VIP. Just buy it. If you don't end up even needing it, trust me, the one time you don't get it, there's going to be 3,000 feet of line, and you're going to be there all night.
They do a Christmas one too, don't they?
I don't know. I know nothing about that. I don't care. It's Halloween Haunts 365. You keep Christmas out of this office. There's no Christmas in this office. How dare you?
No, I'm surrounded by Freddy.
Yes, you are. Yep. And that's the way it's always been. So the collection grows. Again, I'm going to try this again. Mr. England, if you're watching, feel free to hop on. We could talk 10 minutes, 20, 4 hours, whatever you want. I'll listen to whatever. You could tell me a cookbook. I don't care. I'll sit here and listen to it. But back to reality. I'm going to get them on Monday. I think my brothers at Horror 365 are going to help. Come on, Jimmy J. Come on, Brian. Come on, man. Come on. We could do a combined one and get England on here. We need Freddy. See, we need Freddy. He's so much better than Jason.
Oh, now you started a war.
Nothing but love for those guys at Horror 365. I'm going to shout them out. They just released a new episode. They're a great podcast. Both really good horror fans. There's a lot of horror podcasts out there. We're going to be part of that too. But there's ones that know what they're talking about, and these guys are one of them. So,
and you guys are not related.
No, we're not related. We have the same last name. Our websites both end in 365. It's so weird. But check them out. There's a link on HalloweenHaunts365.com in the right. Horror 365 will bring you right over to their YouTube channel. They're also on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and just the same ones we are. So if you're in the mood for horror and get tired of listening to haunts, we understand. But just bring us back when you're done. That's all we have for you tonight at HalloweenHaunts365.com, the podcast. Like, subscribe, follow the podcast, YouTube. Definitely YouTube. We're on our goal for 100 followers or 100 subscribers. We're getting a couple a day, so it's growing. But come support, come hang out. If you're a haunt actor or in the industry, feel free to reach out. We'll talk to you. We want to see behind the scenes of everything. That's all I have for you tonight at HalloweenHaunts365.com, where every day is haunt season. Like I said, at the end of this page is going to be a button to hit subscribe. Make sure you click that button. Watch our couple other videos. We have quite a few going on right now. So that's all I have for you.
Bye.
Bye.